Today, we're diving into something truly amazing, a profound structural miracle that's been hiding in plain sight within the Qur'an's longest chapter, Surah Al-Baqarah. Honestly, it's a discovery that has completely changed how so many people read and understand this foundational text. So let's just jump right in. For centuries, people have read Surah Al-Baqarah, drawing from its powerful verses. But you have to wonder, is there some grand architectural design holding it all together? Well, it turns out there is. A discovery has revealed this absolutely stunning, symmetrical arrangement that's almost mathematical in how perfect it is. So what is this phenomenon? It's known as a ring composition. Now, think of it like a literary circle, right? The beginning of the chapter perfectly mirrors the end. The second part mirrors the second to last, and everything revolves around a single, powerful central core. It's incredible. To really get our heads around this, you have to know that Surah Al-Baqarah can be divided into 7 main subjects. Now, of course, there's more in the chapter than just these 7 things, but these are the big thematic blocks that create this unbelievable structure. Okay, let's actually visualize how this works. I want you to imagine the entire chapter as a giant arc. The journey you take in the first half is perfectly reflected by the journey back in the second half. The themes you see at the start, they find their echo, their conclusion at the very end. Just look at this table. You can see just how perfectly these sections reflect each other. Section 1, which kicks things off with belief and guidance, is paired with the final section, Section 7, which wraps everything up with belief and accountability. Then you have Section 2, talking about the previous community's failure to uphold their covenant, and it's mirrored perfectly by Section 6, which lays out the laws for the new community, basically showing them the path to success. It's just brilliant. And all of this whole structure, it brilliantly illustrates the core message. I mean, what's at the very heart of the surah, the axis that everything turns on? It's the declaration of the Muslim community as the Ummah Wasat, the middle nation, a community defined by its just balance. That's the pivotal idea that the entire structure is built to highlight. Now, you're probably wondering, if this pattern is so perfect, why is it only becoming widely known now? And who was it that first uncovered this incredible design? The answer is actually pretty surprising, and it might challenge some of our assumptions about where knowledge comes from. It wasn't someone from a traditional Islamic seminary who popularized this specific finding for the modern world. It was a man named Raymond Farrin. He's a non-Muslim American scholar who, while studying the Quran with a fresh pair of eyes, identified and articulated this specific ring composition. He saw a structural miracle that, for a long time, many others had overlooked. But, and this is super important, the story does not start with him. In fact, to his credit, Farrin himself pointed directly to the source of his insight. His work really stands on the shoulders of giants, and you can trace it back through a line of brilliant Islamic scholars from the Indian subcontinent. So the crucial point here is that this discovery is built on nearly a century of dedicated scholarship. It really began with the revolutionary work of Hamiduddin Farahi way back in the early 20th century. Then his ideas were developed by his student, Amin Ahsan Islahi, who laid the groundwork that Farrin would later build upon. So what was this revolutionary idea? What was the key that unlocked this whole new layer of understanding the Quran? It was Farahi's groundbreaking theory of Nazm al-Quran. He argued against this common view that the Quran was sort of a disjointed collection of stories and laws. Instead, he proposed that every single chapter is perfectly coherent, totally unified around a central subject, with every single verse connected to that theme. A game changer. And then his brilliant student, Amin Ahsan Islahi, took this theory and just ran with it. He applied it rigorously in his huge commentary on the Quran. And he even went a step further, demonstrating how even the chapters themselves are often arranged in pairs, creating yet another layer of profound hidden structure throughout the entire book. Okay, so this is all fascinating stuff, but what does it actually mean for us today? What's the big takeaway from this deep dive into the structure of Surah Al-Baqarah? Well, this isn't just some academic curiosity. It points directly to the divine coherence of the text. It reminds us that the wonders of the Quran are always unfolding, and that, hey, sometimes knowledge can come from unexpected sources. It also reconnects us to a powerful intellectual heritage that we should really cherish. And ultimately, it's a call for all of us to engage more deeply with the book ourselves. You see, this whole process of discovery really affirms that the Quran is a living book. It's not some static text whose secrets were all unlocked centuries ago. No, it has layers and layers of meaning that reveal themselves over time to different people using different tools. And that kind of leaves us with a final, provocative thought. If a literary structure this profound was just waiting to be fully appreciated, what else lies hidden within its pages? In an age of new analytical tools, artificial intelligence, and new ways of thinking, what other miracles are just waiting to be revealed within this book?